know you.
Okay. Show me.
It's showtime.
All right, welcome back. We are going to be watching Bram Stoker's Dracula, starring Gary Oldman. I believe it has Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves and Anthony Hopkins. So, I let Cora pick out of the remaining monster lineup we got, and she picked Bram Stoker's Dracula for this D&D movie time. So, what do you know about the character of Dracula?
Just reminds me of that scene of Transylvania 2 was the wig.
Yeah. Is that all you know about Dracula?
I never seen the movie. What do you expect? I know he's a vampire. Duh.
What do you know about vampires?
They suck blood. Duh.
How do you be a vampire?
You get bitten? Why are you asking so many
I
questions?
said, how do you beat, not how do you become?
Go ahead, get sunlight. Go ahead and get one of those cross cities. Go ahead and get any type of shops. See, but I think it has to be a pointy sharp stick.
A steak?
A steak and sharp bit for the heart. Oof.
I mean, you've watched all of Buffy. You should remember.
What, the vampire character from Buffy?
Well, Dracula was in an episode of Buffy, remember?
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And everybody, and he made Xander like his slave.
Boom, you're my slave. Now go kill Buffy.
Oh, he wasn't trying to kill Buffy. I think he was trying to turn Buffy.
I was making a joke.
But Buffy was like immune by the end of it.
I was making a joke.
Well, anyways, we're going to go ahead and fly off to Transylvania. And we're going to go watch Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Bye.
Here occurred the frightening and shocking history of Prince Dracula and the woman he loved.
I have crossed oceans of time to find you.
Yeah. Dracula.
There's a sinister, darker side to him. I find irresistible. I've never met any man with such a passion for life. He is unlike any man. What are you?
Vampires do exist. This one we fight, this one we face. Can it take on many forms. He is both young and old. He can appear as mist, as vapor, as the fog. And he can vanish at will. The power of his evil desire has no end.
You've got to go to him. You've got to love him.
She is a living recruit and devoted disciple. She is the devil's concubine.
Join me in eternal life. Your salvation is his destruction.
I want to be what you are. I want to see what you see. I want to love what you love. Take me away from all this.
Make no mistake, he must be stopped.
Alright, Cora, so we just finished Bram Stoker's Dracula, based off the classic novel by Bram Stoker. What was this movie about?
It's basically about a dude that turned himself into a vampire because his, I guess technically, girlfriend died because she said he was dead because he fought in, I guess, a war. So he turned himself into a vampire, so he's basically Dracula.
Well, he didn't turn himself into a vampire. He came back from the war, found out she was dead, and he renounced God because the entire reason he was fighting in that war was for the church. So he stabbed a cross and he was cursed with immortal life. Well, go on.
And then, I think 2 decades later,
4
decades later,
centuries.
We go ahead and meet, I think, 2 sisters and one of the sisters' boyfriend. Yeah. And I don't know if I'm talking about it later, but the girl basically gets bitten by Dracula, and she's been getting vampire powers.
Lucy
has been getting vampire powers, but she's having bad dreams. And as in bad dreams, I mean nightmares, and as in nightmares, I mean very, very bad nightmares.
Yeah.
And so on and so on and so on.
Meanwhile, Keanu Reeves' character, he was supposed to go do business with Dracula, but his interaction with Dracula ended up prompting Dracula to go track down Mina, who looked like Dracula's past lover from 4 centuries ago. And that's what brought him to England, although he was already buying up property in England. So what's going on with Lucy then, once she starts becoming a vampire?
She goes ahead and tries to bite she tries to bite the doctor, and I forgot what happened to Lucy then, but basically, she got her head. Wait, no, she didn't get her head chopped off and her heart taken out. Did she?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, yeah. She got her head chopped off and her heart taken
They
out.
chopped off her head. They put a stake through her heart. They realized Dracula was after Mina. Keanu Reeves finally made it home. He got married to Mina. But that didn't seem to help. Because Mina had already been having sort of a relationship with Dracula without realizing it.
Then Mia finds out that Dracula is a vampire, at least the king of the vampires. And I think the vampire hunting crew,
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing, is trying to go to Dracula's castle. Oh, they're trying to get Dracula.
Oh, you jumped again. Dracula actually starts to turn Mina into a vampire. And because time is precious and they only have so much time to save her, they start trying to race Dracula back to Transylvania, where he needs to go back because he needs to regain his power. So it's a race across the country. And Dracula keeps, because he's connected to Mina and Mina knows things, he's able to thwart and slip past them every time. So it's a race to the castle. And then there's a final battle, and what happens in the final battle?
Dracula gets staked through the heart.
Stabbed.
Stabbed, staked, same scene.
Well, it was a sword. Who ends up killing Dracula?
Yeah.
Mina does.
And I kind of feel bad for her because she probably regretted it because she loved him.
Yeah, but he was a vampire, and he was turning her into a vampire. And he wanted to die.
And all vampires got turned back to human, and the world lived happily ever after.
Well,
the end.
She was the only vampire, so she turned back to human.
Happy ever after end.
But, alright, so that was Bram Stoker's Dracula. We'll be right back after this quick break, where we will give our final score.
Bye.
Looking for something to pass the time? Need something good to read or listen to?
To get you ready for Halloween.
Do you like famous slashers like Jason, Freddy, Michael, or Ghostface? Do you wish there was something new and original that you could read on your phone or tablet? Or perhaps you like to grab a scary book and read by candlelight?
Check out these short stories, written by Sean Connaughton. When a mildly abusive man mistreats his bride-to-be on Halloween night, his neighbors decide to teach him a lesson. A lesson he won't soon forget when he finds himself in the witch's hole. And narrated by me, Tara Klein.
A Seattle detective, Scott Grimes, investigates a string of odd murders. But where this case ultimately leads him, he could never have predicted when he crosses paths with the legal murderer. And narrated by me, Brad Letson.
Join the Dunn family as they make their way to a vacation home for a weekend trip. However, when the sun goes down, things seem to get just as dark inside as outside. Stay with the Dunns and see if you can make it through The Mansion. Audiobook narrated by Dylan Poor.
This story follows Sir Godwin as he and a small group transport a lovely princess out of a soon-to-be war zone, and as they travel they must pass through some woods. However, things grow darker and more sinister the deeper into the woods they go, and they find what some believe to only be known as the Legend of Fort Blood. Narrated for you by Angela Strauman.
So, turn out the lights, light a candle, grab your phone or tablet, and download your ebook or audiobook now.
Currently available all year round on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes.
So don't miss out and grab your copy today.
All right, so Cora, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Bram Stoker's Dracula?
10 out of 10, it was pretty good. Didn't scare me at all.
It didn't scare you? Or it did?
Didn't.
Okay, it did not.
Didn't.
I was just clarifying. Like I said, not all these aren't probably going to be very scary movies. They're not that type of horror. They're not meant to scare you. I mean, maybe if, like, at some point when these maybe first came out, there might have been a couple people that were scared of this, but these aren't very scary films. Like, they're pretty tame compared to horror movies nowadays. Did you have a favorite character? Mia?
And this time it's not the main character, so you guys are lucky I'm not saying main character.
Do you have any favorite scenes? No? Did you have any favorite Dracula forms? Because he had so many different forms in this movie.
I would say gas because I'm waiting for the short. Wait, no, I would say the mouse one.
When he turned into all those little rats?
Yeah, because, like, one, I'm wondering if they catch at least half of the group of rats, would Drag only have half of his body?
No, I think those were just
Or would he
rats
still
with that.
have the exact same number of his body, but the body would just duplicate to other vampire?
I think those were just rats. I don't think that I think when he turned into them, I don't think he really turned into them, more like just summoned them in his place.
Then where did he go?
Poofed off to somewhere else.
Yeah, because vampires can teleport. Why didn't Drag just teleport to his castle?
I mean, they kind of showed earlier that, I mean, they can only teleport short distances, so you might, like, have teleported outside or something where nobody was. But the thing is, though, you saw it earlier in the movie, Mina was talking to him on one street corner, she turned and started walking the other way, and when she turned the next corner, he was already there, standing in front of her. So that was kind of showing you that he could teleport. But they could probably only teleport short distances. The rules in this movie are not all extremely clear, except for I did realize that they kind of set up what future vampire movies would eventually incorporate with the vampire has to drink your blood, and you have to drink from the vampires to drink their blood to turn into one. So, alright, moving on to my score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this an 8 out of 10. It is good. It's shot really well. The old style dialogue, well, I get that it's authentic. Sometimes I find it just a little bit boring. You know, a little hard to follow. Like, when I was a kid, I'm actually shocked you followed this movie as well as you did, Cora. Because, like, this was challenging for me to follow as a kid. I understand it more now that I'm an adult and I've seen it a few more times, but I mean, it's not typically one of my favorites. But I'd give this a solid 8. You know, it does have a really good cast. The scenes are shot really well. If you're looking for a Dracula story, this is a good one to start with. I do want to see this one movie that actually we saw some of the events in this one, and they touched on it briefly. The last voyage of the Demeter, when Dracula was going to England, and they said that stuff was happening on the ship. They actually made a whole movie that's that entire thing. So it's not connected to this movie, sadly, but I'm definitely interested to check that out when it comes out. But anyways, this has been our review of Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Ford. This has been our review of Bram Stoker's Dracula, written by, or directed, produced by Ford Coppola. I think next time we're either going to do the Wolfman or Frankenstein. And then, yeah, so, alright. But I'm not holding to that. Plus we have a special video that's going to go up on her birthday, so look for that on the 14th.
Wait, what?
And we will see you all in the next review.